morning, sir.
Good morning, good morning,
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
good, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, good morning. We'll start within 1 minute. Okay, so let us start with today's session. Uh, Today we'll discuss about the confidence interval. Okay, the confidence interval, the concept of confidence interval. Okay, so our both the sessions will be on concept of confidence interval. Okay, so what is confidence interval? I will come to that, but there are some allied concepts with confidence interval, and whenever we do a study we need to mention what is our confidence interval. Okay, so what is our confidence interval is secondary. So what do we mean by confidence interval? That is very important, right? So our today's discussion will be mainly on what is confidence interval. Okay, so we will start with now, right? Yeah. So prior to that, any idea what is confidence interval? At least you have heard of this term, confidence interval, anywhere or in statistics. What is confidence interval? Yes. Yes. Anyone can just share his or her knowledge about confidence interval. Yes. Yes. Please try to share whatever comes into your mind by the when you hear a term called confidence interval, right? Yes.
Sir, is it confidence? Or
Okay. Obviously, when it is confidence interval, it is all about confidence. But confidence of what? What we
uh,
are we talking about? Yes, Abhishek. Please come. Whatever comes in your mind, then we will try to sharpen the concept. So whatever comes in your mind, you can just have a share.
sir, the interviews will definitely occur.
I did not
Sir,
get
will
you.
we estimate the interval?
So
Sir, we don't
estimation
know
of
what is.
interval. Yes. Yes. Utkarsh, Saurabh. Yes.
Sir, I am saying we don't know the confidence interval. After searching it on Google, even we don't get understand it.
No, no. Google is fine. See, Google will not. Okay, Google is fine. You can search Google, everything you can do, but you should understand. At the day's end, you should understand what is confidence interval. So, okay, fine. No, it's fine that you are doing Google search. That is good. Now, uh, yeah. So let us first tell. Let me share my slide. It will help you if I put something written format. It will help you. Yes. Yeah. Can you see my slides now? Yes.
Yes, sir, we can see
Yeah.
it.
Okay. So there are two type of estimates that we do in statistics. Number one is point estimate. Point estimate. And number two is confidence interval estimate. Now, what are these two? Okay, you can just read it later on, but try to understand what is point estimate. The point estimate is the statistic. Again, point estimate is the statistic. Please remember, and I discussed in the last class, right? Computed from sample information, which is used to estimate the population parameter. So if you remember my last class, right? I give you an example, 5 crore Pepsi drinkers and my sample of 5,000. Okay. So 5 crore Pepsi drinker is the population and 5,000 Pepsi, my sample 5,000. Okay. So from 5 crore, I have taken 5,000. So this, so what am I going to do in a point estimate? So I am going to tell, suppose even if I take the height of the very simple thing, let us take very simple statistics, height of the class, section H. From the section H height, average height, mean height is say 5 feet, 5 feet 2 inch. Okay, average height. Now I want to extrapolate, or I want to do the hypothesis testing, okay, for what? For my population, right? So sample and population. So there was a term, if you remember, sampling error. What does sampling error means? The difference between the population parameter and the sample statistic, right? So a point estimate is the statistic which is computed from sample information. Static point estimate हम calculate कहाँ से करते हैं? Sample से. But which is used to estimate what? Population parameter. That means I study section H, average height. But when I am concluding, I will conclude for all ICFA university students. So my all ICFA university students are population, and my 60 students sitting here in section H are my sample. So a point estimate is a statistic computed from sample information which is used to estimate the population parameter. Now point estimate, why am I calling point and why am, 1 minute, why I am calling point, why am I calling point, and why I am calling, why should we need an interval? See, point estimate, I give one value. I give only one value, 5 feet 2 inch. Last class also I asked this question perhaps, that this 5 feet 2 inch which I'm measuring with my section H students, this may be my population, may not be my population mean, right? Right. This difference between the two is called sampling error. Now point estimate, but statisticians don't write this in this way. They give a bigger domain. Now I say, I want to, in layman's language, now I want to play safe. When I am reporting, suppose I have seen the height is this, I am reporting with a interval that, well, 5 feet 2 inches is okay. This is the point. But I am giving a interval of say 3 inch plus minus. So what is my interval now? 5 feet 2 inch plus 3 inch. How much? Now what is my interval? 5 feet 2 inch plus 3 inch. How much it is? 5 feet
5
5
inch.
inch. 5 feet 5 inch. 5 feet 5 inch. 5 feet 5 feet 5 inch. And 5 feet 2 inch minus 3 inch. How much it is? How much it is? 4 feet 11 inch. 11. Now I give a interval. Now I say, statistician never say like this, 5 feet 2 inch. That is point estimate. That is never used in statistics. Okay, I calculate and I say, yes, this is the average height of the class. But when in front of me, there is a population of 5,000 or 5 crore, I need to be more wider. I need to make my estimate wider. Now there are some rules. How now read, please, all of you read these 3-4 lines. Please read this 3-4 lines. So now I give a range. Now how to give this range? There are some rules in statistics that you will understand now. Now, a confidence, now please read this. I am reading for you. A confidence interval estimate. Confidence interval estimate is a range of values constructed from sample data. I have constructed this from where? 4 feet 11 inch and 5 feet 5 inch. I have constructed from where? I have constructed, my base is this. Yes, my base is sample. I have constructed from not anywhere. I have constructed it from sample. But so that, now see the condition, here comes, so that the population parameter is likely to occur within that range at a specified probability. Probability will not leave you until the last class. I told you probability, right? So that the population, so what does this mean? Now tell me, yes, Saman, now tell me what you understand by confidence interval. Now a bit clear?
Sir, in confidence interval, we have taken a sample.
Very
In
good.
that sample, we take some data, and
Yeah.
we are confident that the population data will also similar to as we have taken from that sample data.
Yeah, yeah. And you miss something, that is the probability, that is the confidence level. Now this probability, generally we take two. Either we take 95% confidence interval, 95% CI. Okay, I will come to this, I will explain this. CI or 99% CI. You can also ask me, sir, why not 98? Student asks this sort of question. You can take 98. Okay. You can take 97. You can take 96. You can take 94. You can take 90. You can take any confidence interval, any 95%. But why am I mentioning these two only? 95% and 99%? Because these are some standards. Okay. Within that range, at a specified probability, the specific probability, please complete the sentence. The specified probability is called the level of confidence. So now I say, now I will not give this. I will not give point estimate. Now I will not give point estimate. Now I will give my confidence interval. Can you see this confidence interval? And also I will say, what I will say, I am 95%. I am 95% confident that my population mean will lie between this. इसके बाहर भी जा सकता है. उसका कितना percentage chance है? 5%. That is called the level of significance. So all of you please write down level of confidence. Level of confidence, generally we take 95%. And if my level of, so you please write down the formula of level of significance. Level of significance is 1 minus confidence level. 1 minus confidence level. So if my confidence level is 95%, what is my significance level?
Before
Yes.
94.
No. If my confidence level is 95%, then it will be in, sorry, it will be in decimal actually. No, when I mean 1 means 100%, right? 100%.
0.05.
Yes. If it is decimal, then 0.05. But if it is in percentage, it will be 5%. Okay. So, is this clear or not? Point estimate and confidence interval estimate.
Yes, sir.
Any query on this? Because this
Sir,
is very,
what
yeah.
was the formula? One minus confidence level.
Please write down the formula. First of all, all of you, please write down this formula. Okay. Please write down. So significance level. So we are talking about significance level. Okay. We are, yes, significance level is equal to 100% minus confidence interval, confidence level. Okay. Confidence level. And within bracket, write down percentage. Within bracket, write down, if confidence interval is expressed in percentage, we will subtract it from 100%, right? And so if it is 90%, 99% my confidence interval, then what is my level of significance? What is my level of significance?
1%.
1%. Very good. 100%.
Sir,
So
Sir, please re-explain the formula.
formula I am giving you, please all of you write down. Okay. You write down significance level is equal to 100% minus confidence level. Within bracket, write down when confidence level is expressed in percentage. Okay, I again repeat, significance level is equal to 100% minus confidence level when, within bracket, confidence level is expressed in percentage, right?
Yes, sir. Done, sir.
Fine. Because you will require every now and then, every day to use this. Okay. So now again, I will read this confidence interval estimate. Let us just try to summarize. What is confidence interval? How have I arrived at this range? I had a single value, 5 feet 2 inch, but I am giving ultimately I am giving a confidence interval. मैं एक interval दे रहा हूँ. कैसे दे रहा हूँ? How am I giving? Formula I will come later on. Formula is nothing. It's very simple, but you should understand the concept first. Okay. So confidence interval, you just read these 4 lines, is a range of values. It's a range of values constructed from where? Sample data. From sample data. I took section, let us take this height thing only. I took section H height only. I don't know all the ICFA university students. Whenever I don't know a new campus has come up. Okay. So it's a constructed from sample data so that the population parameter, what is the condition? Please note this. So that the population parameter is likely to occur within that range. क्या ये होगा कि 90 इस रेंज में ही होगा, ये मैं बता रहा हूं, within that range at a specified probability. This probability, see, I say 95% I am confident that my ICFA university students mean height will lie between 4 feet 11 inch and 5 feet 5 inch. I am 95% confident. That means my confidence level is 95%. 5% there is a chance of error. 5% there is a chance of error. This is called a sampling error. If you have it, but here we call it level of significance. In this context, we will call it level of significance. Is this clear? Both these concepts are very important. point estimate and confidence interval estimate. Formula will take 2-3 minutes, okay? But the concept you have to understand. Is it clear? Yes. Any doubt? What is point estimate and what is confidence interval estimate? I hope it is clear. It will be more clear when we proceed also. Let us take some formula also. Let us understand. Now, so the factors that determine the width of a confidence interval. I have given you this confidence interval, but on what factors this interval will depend. Clear? Number one, sample size. What is my sample size? Just my sample size is 60. In my case, N is 60. There are 60 students in section 8. Number two, the variability in the population. Okay. Population denoted by sigma estimated by S. Please note the language. Usually sigma, but estimate हम कहाँ से कर रहे हैं? Sigma, S से. That means sample से. Now see, sigma estimated by S. क्योंकि sigma तो है ही नहीं मेरे पास तो ICFA यूनिवर्सिटी का 5000 स्टूडेंट है ही नहीं. मैं sigma कैसे कैलकुलेट करूं? मैं इसी सेक्शन का sigma ले लूंगा, section H का. What my point? So number 2 is the variability in the population. Number 3, the desired level of confidence. Got my point? Desired level of confidence. Generally we use, again I am telling, generally we use 95%, 95% or 99%. You can ask, sir, 98% ने क्या गलती किया? Why not 98%? You can take 98% also. Okay. But why I am talking about these two only, 95% and 99%? Because these are some statistical standards which we follow. Okay. So on what factors the confidence interval estimate will depend? Number one, how big is my sample? The number one, sample size. Number two, what is my sigma? What is my sigma of the variability in the population? What is my sigma? And number three, what is my, how much how much level of confidence I have taken. So one thing you can understand from this, that we are free to take any level of confidence. So I am free. I can take 95%. I can take 99%. That's why it is written desired level. It's not that yes, you have to take 95%, right? Or it's that yes, you have to take 90. There is no hard and fast rule. You can take even 96%. Okay. So this is very important. On what factor this interval depends? Number one, sample size, variability, and desired level of confidence. Next, I will come to the formula, but just before that, there is a standard value that you should keep in mind. So this you please try to remember always. Every time we will see the Z table, but for this we will not see the Z table. We will just memorize this. Okay. What we are going to memorize? We are going to memorize for a 95% confidence interval, about 95% of the similarly constructed intervals will contain the parameter being estimated. So what I was discussing, okay, it is written here. That means 95% the for a 95% confidence interval, about 95% of the interval will contain the parameter being estimated. Also 95% of the sample means for a specified sample will lie within 1.96 standard deviation of the hypothesized population. Clear? Are you getting what does this mean? Yes? Yes, Yashi, can you understand what does this say, interval estimate?
Sir, I'm getting little bit confused. Please explain it again.
This one?
Yes, sir.
This is a standard value. What does this says? It again explains the confidence level. Okay. It says that if I say, when I say 95% confidence interval, that means 95% times my let me write it. Suppose this is my sample. This is my sample. You can see here also. You can see here. See this diagram. You will understand. See this diagram. See, what it says is that we in this is the formula. Actually, I will give you the formula just right now, but for the time being, this and this within this interval, my mu will lie, maximum number of times my mu will lie within this interval. You can see this is my one interval of x. Mu lies within this. This is another interval of x that I have given. Okay. This is another interval of x that I have given. This is another interval of x. And within this, the mu lies. Okay. But see here, okay. Again, see this interval. The mu lies within. But see this x5. See this interval. This interval is from here to here. But my population mean is here. It is not lying. It is lying outside the interval that I have given. Now, what is the probability that it can, how much is allowable? 95% time I will be correct. 5% I may be wrong. Wrong means my population parameter does not, my ICFA University student height does not lie what height I have given in the previous slide. So 5% time I may be wrong. That is called the level of significance. So how much confident I am? I am 95% confident, but I am 5% chance my interval, my population mean, my ICFA University mean height does not lie within the interval that I have given in my last slide. That means because I have done from my sample, I have done from my section H students. Okay. Now it is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. These are very conceptual things. See, I will give you the formula. It will take 2 minutes. I can wind up my session within 15 minutes. But this concepts you should understand. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because these are very important actually. Okay. I mean, you can learn the formula and pass the exam, but that will be of not much use. Okay. So now I start with formula. Okay. Now all of you take down. So there are many formulas, 5 to 6 formula in this chapter. So this is the first formula that we are going to learn. Till now I have not given any formula. Ab shuru ho gaya formula. Now the formula run has started. We'll be having 6, I think 6 to 7 formulas in this whole chapter. So have you written the formula, students? Have you taken the formula?
Sir, writing, just one more second.
Please write down. Please write down. Take your time.
Sir, written. We have written.
Okay. So let me explain you. So
Sir,
we
wait, sir,
will.
wait, sir.
Okay, I will give you the slides by the way. No problem. So this is the formula confidence. Confidence interval estimate formula. Two formulas are there. Okay. So you have to understand why we are concerned with two formulas. Okay. One is sufficient. Why two? Yashi? Why two? Why not one?
Sir, maybe the approach.
What approach?
mm,
Approach of what?
First, uh, for calculating the estimation.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Any more? Why two? Why am I not giving you one? I am giving you one free with one free with one. Yes. Why am I giving you two formulas? Why not one, Saurabh?
Because we require two formulas.
Okay, very nice answer. Yes. Any other suggestion? Why two formulas? Why not one?
Sir, it depends on standard deviation. When we know the standard deviation, then we will use the Z distribution formula, and when we don't know it,
Very good.
then the second one.
Very good. Yes, she very good. Now again, see. Uh, Now see. Try to remember my example that Pepsi drinker, 5 crore. Okay. So if the population standard deviation is known, okay, or the sample is greater than 30, if the population standard deviation is known, agar if I know the population standard deviation and I also know that my sample size is large in statistics, a large sample means generally greater than 30. जो भी कोई बोलेगा large मतलब 30 से ज्यादा, 31 है तो large, और कोई 30 से कम बोलेगा तो 29 small. Okay, so large और small का इतना ही फर्क है. Okay, so we take 30 in statistics. If it is more than 30 we call it large. If it is less than 30 we call it small. Okay, so generally we'll find our sample size may be small, our sample size may be large. Just like I give you an example, suppose you are doing some research with the CEOs of the company. So how many CEOs can you reach? Yes, Yashi? How many CEOs can you reach? Suppose you have to take interview of CEOs. Okay, of Times of India CEO. Okay, like this way, how many CEOs can you reach, Yashi?
So
Interview?
maybe 2 or 5, something like that. If I
Maximum 10. They will not even talk with you. They will not give you
yes,
appointment. Interview to दूर की बात है, बहुत दूर. They will not talk with you also. They will not
yes,
give
sir.
you appointment. Even they will give you appointment, they will give for 5 minutes. Okay. So it's very tough. So in some situation, your sample might not reaching 10 will be a challenge. But suppose you are doing a research, consumer research, okay, and you want your sample size at the customers in a mall. You enter any mall in Delhi NCR region, in one day how much footfall? Just suppose in XYZ mall, 1 lakh footfall around. So your 1 lakh sample is lying in front of you. You take as many sample you want. You give them questionnaire. Yes, Saurabh, how many you can collect in one day? Saurabh, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm there, sir.
how many sample you can collect from by mall intercept study? There are some study which we call mall intercept, right? Mall. You go to a mall, you intercept, you give a questionnaire. So how many you can handle in a day?
Sorry, sir, I'm unable to recall it.
Okay. I mean, your sample is in front of you now. So you can go to anybody. Yes, 10 will say, no, I don't have time, right? But at least out of 100, if you go to 100, 90, not 90, say 80 will say, okay, I am filling your questionnaire. Fine. So 80 one day. And if you go for 1 month, 80 into 3, 80 into 30. So 2400 sample comes within 1 month. Okay. But see, if your sample is CEO, even if you try, you will never reach 30. I am telling you. It's very tough. It will take 2 years to reach 30. Okay. So in statistics, 30 is a number. When our sample is greater than 30, we call it large sample. When our sample is less than 30, we call it small sample. So
Sir, is
if
it
the
standard? 30 is standard?
30 is the standard. Yes, 30 is the standard. If the population standard deviation is unknown and the sample is less than 30, we will use this formula. What is this formula? Now let us see this one. So majorly put emphasis on this criteria. Is the population standard deviation known? Okay. If it is known, go for the Z distribution formula. If the T distribution, if the population standard deviation is unknown, go for this T distribution formula. Okay, now your question is will come, what is the difference between Z and T distribution? See, Z and T are almost similar distribution, only the T distribution is a bit flatter. Okay, the curve is flatter. So we are concerned with formula, not distribution, and we need to remember the conditions also. So what is our first condition? If population standard deviation is known, sigma known, we will go for this Z distribution formula. If sigma unknown, we will go for this formula. Clear? So what is my formula? Please see it. X bar, and now you are already written. Okay, X bar plus minus into Z. What is Z? Z is the Z value corresponding to the confidence interval that we are taking. Sigma, Z into sigma. What is sigma? You know very well. Population standard deviation. What is N? N is sample size. Clear? And the other formula is X bar, that means sample mean plus minus. Sample mean plus minus into T. This T value will come from a table which is called a T table. So as I have given you Z table in the last session, today I will give you the value of T. T table also I will give it to the CR. Okay, I will share in the WhatsApp group. Okay, today I will share the T table.
Okay, sir.
Okay, T table. So here we will see I will show you how to see the T table into S divided by root n. So only difference, if you see here it instead of Z we are using T. Formula looks similar if you see, and instead of sigma, obviously here see what I am telling, standard deviation is known. अगर standard deviation known है तभी आप यहाँ पे formula ये करोगे. If this is not known, suppose sigma is not known, then what you will do, Saurabh? If sigma is unknown, what you are going to do?
Sir, we will use the T distribution formula.
Very good. Yes, you will use S. Sigma नहीं तो क्या है? S तो है. Population का standard deviation नहीं है. Sample तो है. Sample standard deviation तो कर ही सकता हूँ मैं, right? I can take the height in this section. These 60 students are in front of me, only 60. I can easily measure your height and I can calculate the mean and I can calculate the standard deviation. Clear? Is it clear now? So let us do one small problem. Let us do one small problem. Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
S stands for sample standard deviation.
A stands for sample standard deviation. A stands for sample standard. In the last class, I told you S is what? Population parameter or sample statistic. S comes from population or sample. S is
Sample.
Sample.
sample. Very good.
Sample.
And sigma comes from sample or population?
Population.
Population. Very good.
Population.
Very good. So let us, so always remember this. Please see this flow chart. Keep it in your mind. You should have mind map. Nah? That's like Google map. You see Google map, right? While driving. While driving, we remember the, generally I don't open the Google map actually. I have my mind map. So you should have this. This is the mind map. All of you use Google map? Anybody who don't use? Assume the so is the population standard deviation known? If the population standard deviation is known, use the Z distribution. If the population standard deviation is not known, use the T distribution. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So this mind map you should have while solving any problem on earth. First you will see whether sigma known or unknown. If sigma known, Z. If sigma unknown, T. The sample size comes later. Okay. Sample size, but see one thing. अगर है ही नहीं आप कैसे करोगे? If tell me if this is their formula, if S is given, sigma is not given, you cannot use this formula, no? But sample size does not matter that much. Okay. Sample size does not matter. Sample size is basically context specific. Context specific, right? If I taking CO, 10 is a very good sample. 10 CO से interview ले लिया. बहुत, it's very good, excellent sample, 10, right? But if you do a study on consumer behavior, customer satisfaction, and you tell my sample is 10, then everybody will why 10, right? You go to a mall and you can just stand. If you just stand and give the questionnaire within 1 hour, you can collect 100. Okay. So everything is context specific, what you are going to do. So let us, all of you, go through this problem for 2-3 minutes. Yeah, have you gone through?
Yes,
Okay. So let us start solving. But before solving, let me explain you the problem. Is somebody writing in the chat? Abhishek Yadav, statistics or Pitankar, don't know, sir. I think this is 9-4, the beginning, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, no problem. So let us solve this problem. Let us solve this problem. We'll solve problem more on our tutorial class, but let us solve at least one. So I give you this, okay. So a tire manufacturer wishes to investigate the trade life of its tire. Trade life means the thickness of the tire. Okay, there, see what happens in a tire is there is a wear and tear resistance as the tire runs on the road. So there is a wear and tear resistance, wear and tear. Okay, and the tread, the thickness of the this rubber is decreased with the passage of time. कम होते जाता है, right? So like this, 10 samples have been taken. A sample of how many?
10.
Yeah, 10. A sample of 10 tires driven how many miles? 50,000 miles revealed a sample mean of 0.32 inch of tread remaining, जितना पड़ा है, with a standard deviation of 0.09. Okay. Construct 95% CI. 95% CI for the population. Let us not go to this. This is the second part. We'll go to this later on. And for the time being, I am leaving this. So now, what we have to calculate and what is given. Now let us see what is given in the problem. N. So how many tires it is given? What is our
10.
N?
10.
Let us first make a list. Let's say whenever we make a shopping list, no, or whenever we are buying anything, let us make a list. What is given? So what is given? X bar. What is my X bar? What is
0.32.
0.32? That 0.32 inch. That length of rubber that is remaining. Then S. What is S? What is my standard deviation?
0.09.
0.09. These two are in inch, X and S, and N is 10. Now what we have to compute? Construct a 95% CI for the population. 95%. As I told you, आपको यही दोनों दिखेगा. जहां भी देखो जाओगे 95%, 99%. Okay. 95% or 99%. So can we use the formula? Which formula we are going to use? Yes, Yashi.
T base.
Sir,
Which one?
T distribution.
Yes. Why?
Because sample is
Standard
less than
deviation
30.
is not given.
Sample standard deviation is not given. This is not, population standard deviation is not given. This is my sample. This is my sample, na?
Yes,
Sample standard deviation. Okay. So, and both it matches both the criteria. So we will follow which formula? X bar plus minus T. For the time being, you forget these things. Okay. No, you need to know this actually. What is written suffix? Alpha by 2. Alpha by 2 means two-tail test. I will explain in greater detail in the next class. Hypothesis testing. That will be our last topic before the midterm. Okay. So alpha by 2 and N minus 1. Okay. So let me tell you, this is called a two-tail test, alpha by 2. Okay. I'll have 1 hour session on this two-tail test. Okay. But today just remember alpha by 2 means two-tail test. Okay. And alpha means one-tail test. And N minus 1 is nothing but degree of freedom. Okay. Degree of freedom. I will again explain degrees of freedom, two-tail test in greater details for 1 hour in the next session. Today, just remember these things, that N minus 1 is degrees of freedom and alpha by 2 is two-tail test. So T T value we have to find for alpha by 2, that means 2-tail test, and degrees of freedom n minus 1. I will show you how to calculate, how to see this table. We have to see the T from the table multiplied by S by root n. This we already know what is our S, what is our. So let us solve it. Let us solve this problem. Okay. Okay. So how will we compute? This is our formula: x bar plus minus into T alpha by 2 n minus 1 into S by root n. So S we know. Okay, see here, S is how much? 0.09 and n is 10. This no problem. Only thing is we have to understand the T table, how this T value is coming. Now please have a look here. Please have a look here. All of you look at this table. This table is called T table. Just like I have given a Z table, today itself I will give a T table to the CRs. Okay, or I will share in the our WhatsApp group. Okay, you can open a T table. You can just in the Google, you can give a search T table, and this table will come. Okay. So T table will come, but the question is how to see the T table. That is our question, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, T we will see at two elements we will see. One, whether it is a 2-tail test or a 1-tail test. Okay, that means we will basically see two things. Number one, should I go to the Word file, or I think you can see the level of significance, level of significance. Okay, significance, level of significance. Number two is our degree of freedom. Let me go to the Word file just a minute. Level of significance, and oh, I have not opened. Just give me 1 minute in this Word. Yeah. Let me open the Word file. It will be better view in it. Okay. Let me now show the Word file. Yeah. So can you see my Word file now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us start. Yeah. So what are the two? Number one, we have to, in the T table, what we have to see? Level of significance. Level of significance, number one. Number two, we have to see what we have to see. Now, level of significance is what? 100%.
100% minus confidence level.
Very good.
Confidence level.
Excellent. Thank you. I am writing in short. Okay. Confidence level. So, what is our confidence level in my problem?
95.
Very good. 95. So, what is my level of significance?
5%.
5%. Excellent. Excellent. So while checking the T table, we have to check the level of significance. Number two, degrees of freedom. In the next session means next week, I will have a 1 hour discussion on all this 2-tail test, hypothesis, degrees of freedom. Okay. Today, just you remember this formula. It is n minus 1. What is our n? How many sample do we have?
10.
10. Very good. Minus 1. 10 minus 1, 9.
9.
So what is our degrees of freedom? 9. Now remember this too. So you write in your copy, please. Level of significance is 100% minus confidence interval or confidence level. That is 100% minus 95%. So that is 5%. and degrees of freedom is n minus 1. What is our n? Sample size minus 1. So our sample size is 10 minus 1 is equal to 9. Okay, so 5% and 9. Okay, let me stop share. Let me again take you to the, hope you can see. Now see, first you locate, so again you have to, yes, now thing is that two things are there. Level of significance of one sample test, well, sorry, one tail test, but ours is a two tail test. Alpha by 2 means two tail. Okay, what does it mean? I will explain in the next session for 1 hour, so don't worry. So our is level of significance of two test. What is our significance level? Please tell me.
5%.
Very good. So locate 5%. What is our degrees of freedom?
9.
10
9.
plus 1
10,
minus
9.
nine,
Our
nine,
sample
nine.
size is 10. Our DF is 10 minus 1. Very good. Draw a vertical line from here. Draw a horizontal line from here. Where these two lines intersects is my t value. So if it is not, I hope it is legible, 2.262. Our t value is 2.262. So put this value. So now I know everything. So what was our x bar? 0.32
0.32.
plus minus. This was
2.262.
so now put this value 2. All of you write this also, 2.262. S we already know, 0.09 divided by root over 10.
10.
10. So everything is known. Can you calculate? This? So 0.32 plus minus 0.064. So first you have to add a 0.064, and second you have to subtract 0.064 from 0.3. So you will get these two value. So what is our confidence interval? 0.256 inch to 0.384 inch. Is it clear? So the manufacturer can be reasonably confident. See the language, how to write. Manufacturer can be reasonably sure. How much sure? How much confident? Yes? How much confident?
95.
95.
95% confident that the mean remaining trade depth is between 0.256 and 0.384.
384.
Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Have we calculated? So we have calculated the CI. So hope you can calculate the CI now. Okay. CI. Yes, Yashi, any question?
No, sir.
Yes. Any question? Anyone? Please ask. We are having 1 minute, 1 or 2 minutes.
Sir,
Sir,
you will tell us about. Okay, Virish, go ahead, please.
Yes, Virish. Yeah, please ask whatever is your query.
so can you explain after the third step
Okay.
in the
Third step
calculation? Yeah,
means.
plus minus 0.32
Uh-huh.
t base. What is this value? 0.25 by 9.
But where are you?
This
Yes,
one, sir. Yes.
0.025 comma 9. But today you just don't put your emphasis here. I will explain what is this. What is 0.025? Just you take it is a two tail test. Okay, it is
Okay,
a
sir.
two tail. I will explain in the next class, in the next session.
Sure.
Okay, anything that I have that, so you can calculate the confidence interval now. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, when will you share out quiz marks?
I have. I have. Acha, I've shared in the other section. Okay. I have not shared. Na. Acha. In the tutorial. Okay. In
So
the
you have
tutorial.
shared in D section.
I have shared in D section. Okay.
Yes.
Your is H. Okay.
Can you share now?
Now see, let us not waste our this is very important, this is a recorded so in tutorial class, when you are having tutorial with me, na?
Next week.
Next
Next
week, sir.
week.
What day we are having on
Thursday.
Wednesday. Thursday.
Thursday. Acha, today. Okay, Thursday I will share this. Okay.
Or sir,
Okay,
maybe you can share it on Quick Force.
Week force. Okay, let me see.
Also, you can upload it on the WhatsApp also. So you can share it on the group also.
Actually, yeah, I will. Okay, I will do that. Okay. So let us take a break and let us come back.
Thank you, sir.